Uncle Harley had 99X, a variant recipe made by Bill Summers, the founder of Mary and K Spices, for his wife's restaurant, the Colonel's Lady, which was later changed due to a lawsuit and a settlement to the Claudia Sanders Dinner House. Now, Uncle Harley had already signed the contract with Brown and Massey not to sell his recipe or produce it anywhere else, but nowhere in there did it say he couldn't have somebody taste test it and based off the flavor profile recreate it. So that's what he had Bill Summers do. Now, 99X is not 100% the recipe, but it was close enough and better than what corporate was having the franchisees use that day, that Uncle Harley went around to 200 franchisees and told them, use this, it's better than what corporate's having you use. Now, nobody knew how these 200 franchisees got this recipe and were using it in the Kentucky Fried Chicken outlets, but it ran from the 70s all the way to 1985 when Kentucky Fried Chicken finally filed a lawsuit against Bill Summers and Mary and K Spices, but then they dropped that lawsuit. Many think that the lawsuit forced Mary and K to change an ingredient, so therefore it was no longer the original. But it never was the original. It was very close to the original, and because they didn't have a leg to stand on when they sued Mary and K, they had to drop the lawsuit. Mary and K was in no violation selling to Kentucky Fried Chicken outlets. Anybody had the right to buy from Mary and K, and they had the right to sell. They had no contracts with KFC. The franchisees that were purchasing 99X and using it out of their restaurants, they were in violation. So Kentucky Fried Chicken had to drop the lawsuit against Mary and K. And I explained this in several videos in the past, in long-form videos, going deeper into the information that I have on this. But to sum the story up short, they never had to change a thing about 99X. It's always been the same since its creation. They have Chicken Seasoning Plus, which is 99X plus salt. That's used in the Claudia Sanders Dinner House today. The differences that we know, if the original recipe never changed, and we know for a fact the oil, flour, and the hands that make it have changed, and that all alters the quality. If the original never changed, at least up to 2020, garlic is in the original recipe because it's FDA required. 99X does not have garlic listed as their public ingredient. Therefore, it is not in it, and that's a difference. Then there's the information on the allspice that they do use in 99X and whether allspice is in KFC or if it's mimicked in KFC using nutmeg, cinnamon, and clove. And people knocking my recipe saying that they're not putting pumpkin spice in the recipe. Do the recipe the way I said it, cook it the way I said it, and you'll be surprised how good it comes out.